Good evening, everybody. 1975 wrestling fan, aka Famous B in the house. Welcome to the Famous B Show. We are live on the FTW Wrestling Podcast, where tonight I'm going to get into some topics that are going to pertain to WrestleMania, give you my opinions on the matches that are going to be taking place, and a lot of different scenarios that have been happening within the week, from Raw to Friday Night SmackDown and much, much more. So again, welcome to the show. So we're going to get into it very simply by this. As you guys know, we had a great Monday Night Raw that kicked off. You guys saw The Rock make an appearance at Monday Night Raw and got into a confrontation with Cody Rhodes, and then it just escalated and continued on at the end of the night, where The Rock made Cody bleed. But before that, he went in the ring as the confrontation had started and told Cody in his ear, "I will make you bleed." And that's exactly what happened. So you guys saw that Cody Rhodes bled. Rock took the belt, put Cody's blood on the belt, and said, "I'm going to give it to you, Mama Rhodes." So I want to get into all that, because here's the interesting thing about this. When we talk about promos and we get into storylines, this is what's transpiring here. And this started way before, when The Rock came into the ring, when Cody Rhodes had called him out. And you heard, and you actually didn't hear, but when The Rock whispered into Cody's ear, I kind of got the detail that The Rock said simply this. He said, "Cody, work with me on all of this stuff, and at the end of the day, you're going to get rewarded, and we are going to help you complete the story." Now, that's exactly what is going to happen. But more importantly, it's just the way that it panned out. Meaning, from the time that this started until now, it's got you fans talking, it's got us talking, because at this point right now, some are mad, some are happy, some are confused, some are like, what the hell? See, that's what makes the promos and the storyline so important, because it gets us into everything. So that's what's happening here. And this is what's escalating us into night one of WrestleMania, in that tag team match between the Tribal Chief, Rock, versus Cody and Seth. And then, of course, night two, that's when it all transpires, when Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion, will defend his title against Cody, and Cody completing the story. But how that works is, The Rock is going to cost Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, the belt, and Cody will complete the story. So that's what I'm saying. This is all panning out perfectly, and congratulations to The Rock, Cody, and Roman and even Seth for making this all so real for everybody to believe. But not only that, guys, it is now becoming personal. Because when The Rock made Cody bleed and put the blood on the belt and said, and The Rock says, hey, Mama Rose, I'm going to give you this belt. I guarantee you tomorrow and Raw, something is going to go down to where this is really going to continue, build up, and oh man, is it going to get even better. It has now become personal, ladies and gentlemen. But the best part about that is it's excitement. So wrestling fans, let's get excited because that's what it's about. Now, something else happened on Raw that I found very interesting. CM Punk was in Chicago. And we all knew he was going to be in Chicago for Monday Night Raw. We knew he was coming because they had made that announcement. What we didn't know was how interesting this was all going to be. Meaning, CM Punk comes out, cuts a promo, talks about Seth, talks about Drew, and not even a second later, Drew McIntyre comes out, cuts a promo with Drew McIntyre. When CM Punk and Drew McIntyre are going at it, Seth Rollins comes out. All three get into it. And it just got totally interesting because one didn't like the other. And then Drew McIntyre's kicking back at the announce table and he's saying, man, I'm loving this right now because I'm seeing Seth Rollins and CM Punk go at it who don't really like each other at all. So this is getting interesting. But the interesting part about this now, which was breaking news to all of us, and I still think something is going to happen beyond what we were told. And that was simply this. CM Punk is going to be a commentator at the Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins match at Mania. But I still think that something else is going to happen, meaning CM Punk could possibly be the guest referee. We are just going to have to wait and see and find out how this all happens. And it could probably happen on Monday Night Raw because I firmly believe that this isn't over. And that's the interesting part about when I talk about promos and storylines is it's going to transpire and continue. So I guarantee on Monday night, we're going to see just that. And then, of course, we had Mommy come out and cut a promo. Now, we all love Mommy, a.k.a. Rhea Ripley. And the way that she is making this women's division excel is a perfect example of why I was saying this, not only on my show, but on this podcast, that the women are on fire. The women have elevated the game, and I'm telling you what, it is just not over. Because we know about the men, okay? We know that the men can do anything. We know what they're about. We know the kind of aggression they bring. But I feel like this women's division is just fresh. And the things that are happening, meaning Jade Cargill, now part of the WWE, and is going to make an appearance on Friday Night SmackDown tomorrow night. Now that is going to be very interesting. But the point I'm trying to make is the women's division is clearly on fire. And Mommy is just taking it to that next level. And of course, we had Nia Jax, recently come back. Then we had Liv Morgan recently come back, and much, much more. So when Mommy comes out and cuts this promo with Dirty Dom, she's talking about none other than Becky Lynch. Then what happens? Becky comes out, they cut a promo. But do you think Mommy stop there. No. Mommy makes it personal and gets Becky Lynch's daughter involved. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen, when I'm saying now we are going to have a great match because of the way Mommy made it personal. Now we are going to be so prepared for that match at Mania, it's not even going to be funny. And that's what we need. So this right here, again, is not even over. Because on Monday Night Raw, it's going to continue. And then, boom, right into Mania, that's where the aggression begins, and that's where they beat the hell out of each other. Now, I want to talk about the Jey Uso and Jimmy episode. Now, hear how famous be for a sec. Now, I'm not saying that nobody has to be excited about it, but I'm going to give you my opinion as to why I don't really care about it. And listen, does that mean I'm not going to watch it? No, I'm going to watch it, but I'm giving you my thoughts as to why I think it's not a big deal. Here's why. Number one, they're brothers, and that's the most important thing, and family. Two, they are not one-time tag team champions, not two-time tag team champions, not three-time tag team champions, not four-time tag team champions, not five, not six, not seven, not eight, not nine, but 10-time tag team champions. And last but not least, they know each other's moves. So for me, I'm not really interested in it, because when you're family and you've been tag team champions 10 times and you know each other's moves, there's just no meaning behind it. It's just the fact that they're going to beat the hell out of each other and be done. And I mark my words, they're going to be back together really soon. So again, for me, I'm just not excited about the match. But again, that doesn't mean I'm not going to watch it, because I am. All right, let's get into the next topic I want to discuss here on the Family Time Wrestling podcast on the Famous B Show. LA Knight versus AJ Styles. Another reason why I'm not a big fan of this, and I'm going to tell you why right now. And again, it's not that I'm not going to watch it. I'm going to watch it, but I'm going to tell you why I'm just not a fan of it. There was a prior feud between these guys before. And I get it. We were all excited about it. Of course, we want to see AJ Styles and LA Knight go at it and get some kind of detail. And, you know, we want everybody to have a shot to compete one-on-one and see how it turns out. And it actually turned out well. Here's the problem. It's going to happen again. And for me, I'm like, this is ridiculous. What really should have happened, in my opinion, was LA Knight getting in that triple threat match for the United States title against Logan Paul. Even if they would have made it a fatal four-way, at least we would have known that LA Knight would have been a part of it. Now, the fact that he's getting into a feud with AJ Styles, there's just no meaning behind it. Yeah, due to the fact that LA Knight went to AJ Styles' house this past Monday Night Raw, and they were fighting, and LA Knight ended up going to jail. It just didn't really solidify anything for me. But again, that doesn't mean I'm not going to watch it. But I feel like LA Knight basically got screwed and should have been a part of the U.S. title match, or at least of the Fatal 4-Way at WrestleMania. And the fact that he's not really frustrates me, because I really think he deserved that. So again, that's another match that I'm really not going to be interested in, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to watch it. All right, let's get into another match that I'm not really interested in, and that is Logan Paul defending his United States Championship against Kevin Owens and Randy. Now, both have held the United States title. Okay. Now, this is why I think there's going to be no meaning, because we all know Logan Paul is going to retain in that match. It would have been more interesting if LA Knight would have been involved in the picture. Again, I think that's what all of us wanted to see. And the fact that we're not, this match is kind of like not interesting to me. Now, again, does that mean I'm not going to watch it? Of course I'm going to watch it. But there's no significance for me because honestly, I keep saying LA Knight, forgive me, Famous B's on the LA Knight thing. The reason why I say that is because Logan Paul already fought Kevin Owens and they had a feud already. Now, as far as Logan Paul feuding with Randy, of course it's new and I get it. But again, there's just no significant meaning to me. And I truly believe that LA Knight should have been a part of that, or even better, one-on-one Logan Paul versus LA Knight for the United States title. So again, those three matches to me are not something I'm looking forward to. Don't really care about it, but again, I'm going to watch it. All right. Let's get into another match that is going to be very interesting, and I think it will be, but it may not be. It all depends on how it turns out. Now, what match am I talking about? You're asking, Famous B. How about Bayley going after Io Sky for the Women's World Championship? Now, I think Bayley deserves it. I think she's made a significant turnaround as far as how she has performed since she's came back from her injury. And Io Sky, they really haven't used her very well as far as her holding on to the title. So I will say this though. When Damage Control was together, I thought this was going to be a very great fraction and continue on for a while. What I didn't realize was now they're breaking them up, meaning they're going to focus on Bayley's individual career, which I think is a great idea, and then let Damage Control kind of do their thing, meaning Io Sky, Kabuki Warriors, Kairi Sane, Asuka, and Dakota Kai. And that's fine. And honestly, I do think Bayley is actually better by herself individually. But am I really hyped for this match? Not really. Is it going to be a good match? Probably. Am I going to watch it? Absolutely. It's just that I really was hoping that when Io Sky was the women's champion, they were really going to use her well. And the fact that they haven't, yeah, it's unfair, but it's kind of like, okay, you know what? Now I understand why they let Bayley win the Royal Rumble, which I didn't pick her to win the Royal Rumble. But okay, that's fine. And now I can probably understand why they're going to let her become the undisputed champion. All right, guys, forgive me. I'm going to take a drink here. So again, I'm going to watch the match, but I do believe that there will be a change. But again, always expect the unexpected. We just don't know what's going to happen. But I'm just saying that that's my opinion. All right, let's talk about something that is kind of really frustrating, Famous B, and that is this. We have a match between Sami Zayn, the #1 contender, going against the Intercontinental Champion, Gunther. Now, there has been a lot of talk about Sami becoming the #1 contender and going after Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. Some are saying that Chad Gable should have been the #1 contender to go on to face Gunther for the IC title at Mania. I agree. Here's why. Because when I watched Monday Night Raw when Sami and Chad were going one-on-one, it didn't seem like Chad got pinned. And I kind of felt like they did that on purpose to give Sammy another opportunity at Gunther. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong. Listen, I'm not taking anything away from Sammy. Sammy obviously is a great, great entertainer. He's a great performer. And there would be nobody that I would rather become Intercontinental Champion than Sammy. And I think it's going to be a great match between Sammy and Gunther at Mania. But why don't we add Chad Gable to the mix? Let's have a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship at Mania, because I think Chad Gable deserves it. Now, when I watched Monday Night Raw, Sami Zayn was very frustrated, and I'm going to explain why. But the thing I don't like is Chad Gable coaching Sammy when actually Chad Gable should be a part of that at Mania and trying to become the Intercontinental Champion. And I'm going to tell you something about Chad Gable. That guy is very talented. And I think that guy has the potential to be a great either U.S. champion or Intercontinental Champion. He's worked very hard as a singles competitor along with trying to be with the Alpha Academy. But anyway, here's the thing. It's not going to happen. So at this point right now, I just feel like, you know, something could probably go wrong and maybe somehow Chad Gable gets in there. But again, I just don't understand why they're not making this a triple threat match and giving Chad Gable the opportunity to be a part of it. So again, I love Sammy. I love the fact that he's getting the shot, but I really feel like as hard as they've been trying to push Chad Gable, I really think he should have been involved in that IC title match at Mania. All right, guys, once again, thank you for being a part of the Family Time Wrestling podcast team, where we talk 6 days of pro wrestling right here live for you. And don't forget to go on Pro Wrestling Tees right now to get your Family Time Wrestling shirt. We have 3 colors, the purple Judgment Day color, we have the black, and we have the cream color, guys, all for reasonable prices. The black and the purple are $17.99, and the cream color is $16.99. And you too could be a part of the Family Time Wrestling podcast team. So go get your shirt today, tomorrow, the weekend, or hopefully before WrestleMania. All right, we're having some fun here, guys. That's what it's about. Now, things are going to get very interesting in the tag team division. We are going to have a tag team title match at Mania with various tag teams. What does this mean? Could the Judgment Day lose their tag team titles? Yes, I believe they will. The question is, who is going to beat them? Well, that's something we're going to let you guys know as soon as we find out the full competitors in that match at WrestleMania. We will let you know. But as far as I'm concerned, I do believe that the Judgment Day will lose those tag team titles. And the reason why I say that is because I forgot to mention that Damian Priest has the Money in the Bank briefcase. I firmly believe he's going to cash it in. He's going to cash in that Money in the Bank briefcase and become the Intercontinental Champion. That is my prediction. Am I going to be right about it? Not sure. Just predicting, just giving my opinion, and I think it's going to happen. And that's possibly maybe the reason why the Judgment Day is going to split up. Not only that, I think Dominic Mysterio, a.k.a. Dirty Dom, is going to leave the Judgment Day and join Legado Fantasma. Why? Well, if you guys saw the segment, Dominic Mysterio helped Santos Escobar beat his own father in a match. And when that match was over, Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio were walking back on the ramp. That gave me a clear indication that this could be possible, that Dominic can join Legado Fantasma and lead the Judgment Day. Could that be a good thing? I think it could be a great thing. We could have a new gimmick, a new character for Dirty Dom, and he may not even be Dirty Dom anymore. He could be Dominic Mysterio. He could pick up a lot of good things from Santos Escobar. And, you know, the Judgment Day obviously needs to break up. And like I said, Mommy is a great singles competitor. And I think she's well on her way to do whatever she needs to do to stay the way she is. Again, just a lot of interesting things are happening in the WWE right now to get us ready for WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. Now, let's talk about some wrestlers who we believe could have been a part of WrestleMania. How about Nia Jax? So as you guys have known, Nia Jax has been feuding with Becky and Mommy. But unfortunately, it's pretty clear to me that Becky and Mommy are going to have their one-on-one match at Mania for the title. But something interesting came to me, and I came up with this concept. Why not have Liv Morgan go one-on-one with Nia Jax at WrestleMania 40, and the winner of that becomes the number one contender for whoever wins between Mommy and Becky Lynch at Mania. That would be the perfect thing. Because honestly, I mean, at this point, all four don't like each other, which is great. So that, for me, would make perfect sense. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Now let's talk about the Bronson Reed and Sami Zayn match, because this really bothered me. It's not the fact that Bronson Reed is not a good wrestler. I really see a lot of potential in Bronson Reed. I really think Bronson Reed has a shot to become either a United States champion or an Intercontinental champion. I watched Bronson Reed when he was in NXT. He was a force to be reckoned with. No doubt about it. No question in my mind that Bronson Reed is the real deal. What frustrated me was this, and I think you guys would agree with this. Sami Zayn is the number one contender for the IC title. He lost the match. I'm saying to myself, wait a minute. Sami Zayn is the number one contender for the Intercontinental title and is going to battle Gunther. And you let him lose against Bronson Reed? That did not go okay with me. In my opinion, no wrestler, and I mean no wrestler, should ever lose matches before they are going to the biggest pay-per-view or any pay-per-view when they're getting a title shot. They need to go on a winning streak, continue the winning streak, get involved in promos and storylines before they get into their match. And it was very shocking to me that Sami Zayn lost the match before he goes to WrestleMania and fights Gunther. Now, some of you are like, well, maybe it was a good thing. I don't think it was a good thing. I think it was a screw job. But all in all, Sami's still getting that title shot. But it just was not sitting good with me, the fact that he had lost the match against Bronson Reed before getting his title shot. So again, just to me, it was just really weird. And hopefully we'll know more information on Monday Night Raw for next week. I do want to make an announcement for next week for Monday Night Raw. Yes, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, and The Rock will both be in the building for Monday Night Raw. That is going to be very interesting because, like I was saying, I believe Cody will be at Friday Night SmackDown tomorrow night, and I believe he will definitely be at Monday Night Raw, and things are really starting to heat up. I'm super excited about it, and you guys should be too. It is going to be awesome. All right. Let's talk about a couple wrestlers that are really working so hard to really be something. Let's talk about Candice LeRae and this new character and gimmick that she's portraying. I like it. I think it's really going to help her become what she wants to be. Now, is that going to give her an automatic title shot? No, it is not. Listen, here's the point I want to try to make. Whether you're a male or female wrestler, doesn't matter. We always want to support every single wrestler, no matter what, because they're the ones that are training. They're the ones that are eating right. They're the ones that are putting their bodies on the line for us every time they get in the ring. That is the most important thing. So shout out to Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell, Ivy Nile, and again, shout out to my other girl that I like, Tiffany Stratton. I mean, all of these females in this women's division are just going to be great. And I'll tell you what, Tiffany Stratton, oh yeah, baby, she's the future of the company, along with Bianca, along with Jade Cargill being the addition, and much, much more. I, again, love the women's division, and I'm super excited to see what is going to transpire within the division. But I will say this, the only thing that concerns me in the women's division is the tag team division. Now, if we can get that straightened out, I think it could be really good. I have a prediction about that, actually. My prediction is this. They're going to put Bianca and Jade Cargill together to form a tag team, go after those tag team titles, and solidify that women's tag team division. And then from there, they will probably separate and start a feud amongst each other. But again, the women's tag team division is very shaky, and I think that's the only thing that needs to be worked on. But all in all, the women's division is on fire. So again, with all of these things happening, ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, they're getting us ready for WrestleMania. I'm telling you, this is exactly what needs to happen, and I'm super excited about this. And that's why the Family Time Wrestling Podcast team is too. Because we are getting you ready, and not only are we getting you ready, we're getting ourselves ready. And you can't beat that. Absolutely, you cannot beat that. So once again, guys, we are 1 week away from WrestleMania. I hope you stay focused. I hope you pay attention. And I hope you really, really evaluate everything. And listen, if you're getting upset or you're getting confused, guess what? Then it is working and the wrestlers are doing their job. And as a podcaster, a part of this family and my own, I'm loving it. I am absolutely loving what is going on right now, and it is still not over. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you guys for watching the Famous B Show live right here on the Family Time Wrestling Podcast. You guys are the reason why we do what we do, where we talk 6 days of pro wrestling right here for your enjoyment, with information, with excitement, with passion, and we just really keep you informed. And I want to give a shout out to Family Time Wrestling himself, aka Zaya Diamond. He's becoming a wrestler. He is a champion. Congratulations to you. Keep up the good work. We all support you, and we hope that you become a WWE superstar or an AEW superstar or a New Japan Pro Wrestling superstar. Whatever it is, we will support you, and we are going to take this podcast to the very next level, and it already is. Congratulations are in order for this new set. I love it. It's great. It's fun. It's entertaining. We got some background music while we're talking. I think that's phenomenal and fantastic. So once again, guys, we are here for you, and I'm super excited to see what the future is going to hold. And again, I will see you guys back here on Thursday night, as we are going to be 2 days away next week as I do my show on Thursday from WrestleMania 40. I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm your host, aka Famous B, aka FTW Famous. You guys, we will see you tomorrow night right back here for the FTW Rock SmackDown review. Good night, everybody. We appreciate you. We love you all. Thank you for your support. I am out.